We're back again from my comfy chair, and yes, I have looked around the room, and I have sat quietly. It makes a big difference, actually. So welcome to Sunday, the third Sunday in Lent, the 23rd of March. Jane Williams is a freelance writer and trained as a theologian and taught the doctrine and history at Trinity Theological College, Bristol. She writes about indifference. Indifference, what does that mean to us? Most of the crowds who mill around the scene of the crucifixion are indifferent to the issues that are involved. They know that they're seeing a travesty of justice because they know that Jesus is not a criminal. But they know that life is full of injustice. If things are not always fair for them, why should they be for anyone else? Occasionally the crowds get quite excited when they get the opportunity to shout and scream and let off some of their own pent-up frustration and anger at life. Their emotion is entirely selfish. They can't be bothered to put themselves imaginatively in Jesus' place. Indifference allows so much. The best way to maintain indifference is to stay uninvolved and to not find out too much about people who might benefit if we started to care a bit. So much of the inequality in our world is built upon indifference of those who are rich. We simply assume that our own needs are paramount, but we have very little idea of what the word need might mean. If we allowed ourselves to find out about our subsistence farming in Africa, for example, we might begin to understand need. But that would make it us uncomfortable. It might even make us angry enough to have a start at working for change. And just look at where that got Jesus. Surely this is just how it is. We cannot all be filled with concern the whole time, can we? How would the world ever carry on? And anyway, what did Jesus really achieve with his righteous anger? And with this terrible compassion for every suffering person he met? He simply got himself crucified. What good could that do? This whole line of thought is simply going to make us feel guilty and uncomfortable, and that will make us angry in a completely unhelpful way, with a kind of angry frustration like that of the scribes and the Pharisees in Jesus' day. But Jesus claimed that his anger was God's, that God looks on the world with a kind of love, and that our indifference is the worst enemy of the divine. Those who struggle to free the oppressed, feed the poor, heal the sick, those who sit beside a dying and frightened child and assure them that they are part of the loving human family of God, that they're all singing with the rhythm which the world has created. Whatever we draw another human being into our community, or refuse to allow a group of people to be treated as though they were hardly human and do not matter, we are demonstrating what we believe the world is for. And if it sometimes sees that we are fighting a losing battle, that the inertia and brutality will always win, it is worth remembering that after Good Friday comes Easter. God always has a few more tricks up his sleeve than you realise. And in Luke chapter 10 we read, "Who is my neighbour?" And a prayer written by Reinhold Niebuhr, "God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." Have a blessed day.